I can tell you how I think the war should go. There are a few points to make. First of all, we're always talking about the Gaza war, but the Gaza war is merely one front in a multi-tiered war that involves Lebanon, involves other forces, and involves much more seriously the long-term conflict with Iran. And this is just a piece of that struggle. With respect to Gaza itself, what I would want to see is this. I don't want to see a long-term Israeli occupation of Gazan population areas, in Gaza City, in Khan Yunis, in Rafah, anywhere. I think that would be foolish. I think Israel has to maintain and protect and probably keep for a long time a permanent buffer zone within Gaza to extend the size of the Gaza envelope and create essentially a no-go zone for to ensure that Hamas, if it ever reconstitutes, can never get close. So that's number one, control of the border with Egypt, which they've achieved, and then a buffer zone further north. Secondly, they have to persist in ensuring that Hamas is in fact genuinely defeated, because we've seen instances already in which Israelis claim that Hamas had, for instance, been defeated in the north, and the next thing you know, you have hundreds of Hamas fighters popping up through tunnels in the Al-Shifa hospital in Gaza City. So it's going to take some time to really verify just how beaten Hamas is. At some point, in some manner, once Hamas is defeated, then the effort has to be made to get the Emiratis, the Saudis, and the Egyptians to establish a kind of constabulary force, a security force in Gaza, so that it should be an Arab problem to make sure that there's basic security. And there's an argument to be made to the Saudis that they have an interest in that, because otherwise a Hamas that's able to remain in Gaza, or a Gaza that's in a state of insurgency, is a boon for the Iranians, which is no good for the Saudis. It's a boon for the Muslim Brotherhood, which is no good for the Egyptians. And it's a domestic political problem for every Arab state because of all of the Arab sympathy for the Palestinians. They should want a security force in there, provided the conditions are good, so that they're not forced to fight. Final aspect is this: if Spain, Norway, Ireland, maybe you here in Australia want to recognize a Palestinian state, great, go to it. But put your money where your mouth is. I say the price of recognizing a Palestinian state should at least be $5 to $7 billion US dollars a year in reconstruction aid, because otherwise it's an absolutely feckless and meaningless gesture on the part of these European states. I'm not against a Palestinian state if it looks like the United Arab Emirates. I am against a Palestinian state if it looks like Yemen. So let the Europeans try to make it look more like the UAE.